Shophetim, Judges chapter 3. And these are the nations which Yah left to try Israel by them, all those who had not known all the battles in Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know to teach them battle, only those who before did not know them. 5 princes of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites who dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon to the entrance of Hamath. And they were to try Israel by them, to know whether they would obey the commands of Yah, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moshe. Thus the children of Israel dwelt in the midst of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and they served their mighty ones. Thus the children of Israel did evil in the eyes of Yah, and forgot Yah their Elohim, and served the Baals and the Asherahs. And the displeasure of Yah burned against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Cushan Rish Athayim, sovereign of Aram Naharaim. And the children of Israel served Cushan Rish Athayim 8 years. And when the children of Israel cried out to Yah, Yah raised up a savior for the children of Israel who saved them, Othniel son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother. And the spirit of Yah came upon him, and he ruled Israel and went out to battle. And Yah gave into his hand Cushan Rish Athayim, sovereign of Aram Naharaim, and his hand prevailed over Cushan Rish Athayim, and the land had rest for 40 years. Then Othniel son of Kenaz died. And the children of Israel again did evil in the eyes of Yah. And Yah made Eglon sovereign of Moab strong against Israel, because they had done evil in the eyes of Yah. And he gathered to himself the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and struck Israel, and they took possession of the city of palms. And the children of Israel served Eglon, sovereign of Moab, 18 years. And when the children of Israel cried out to Yah, Yah raised up a savior for them, Ehud, son of Gera, and a Benjamite, a man impeded in his right hand. And by him the children of Israel sent a present to Eglon, sovereign of Moab. And Ehud made himself a sword. It was double-edged and a cubit in length, and he girded it under his long robe on his right thigh. And he brought the present to Eglon, sovereign of Moab. Now Eglon was a very fat man. And it came to be that when he had finished bringing near the present, he sent away the people bearing the present. But he himself turned back from the stone images that were at Gilgal and said, I have a secret message for you, O sovereign. And he said, Be silent. And all those sitting beside him went out from him. And Ehud came to him while he was sitting in his cool roof room. And Ehud said, I have a message from Elohim for you. So he arose from his seat. And Ehud reached with his left hand and took the sword from his right thigh and thrust it into his stomach. And the handle went in after the blade, and the fat closed over the blade, for he did not draw the sword out of his stomach, and it came out behind. Then Ehud went to the porch and shut the doors of the upper room behind him and locked them. And when he had gone out, his servants came to look and saw the doors of the roof room were locked. So they said, He is only covering his feet in the cool roof room. And they waited until they were ashamed, but saw he was not opening the doors of the upper room. So they took the key and opened them, and saw their master fallen to the ground dead. But while they were delaying, Ehud escaped and had passed beyond the stone images and escaped to Seirah. And it came to be, when he arrived, that he blew the shofar in the mountains of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mountains, with him leading them. And he said to them, Follow me, for Yah has given your enemies the Moabites into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of Yarden, leading to Moab, and did not allow anyone to pass over. And they struck about 10,000 men of Moab at that time, all robust and brave men, and not a man escaped. And on that day Moab was humbled under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest for 80 years. And after him was Shamgar, son of Anath, And he struck 600 men of the Philistines with an ox goad, and he too saved Israel.